Back in November, we had a visit from our American listener, Scott Moore, and, well, we decided to take him out and about. We had a big day and night out on the Friday where we took him to some fantastic whisky bars and whisky places all around Edinburgh. But we ended up in the Athletic Arms at Diggers. Well, turned into a bit of a late night, but it was an early start the next day. And we were off to the Glencadam Distillery. Now, Glencadam has become a standout dram, really, for us in the podcast. An absolute fantastic whisky, something that we love to talk about, we love to drink on the podcast. And they just opened a brand spanking new visitor centre up at the distillery in Brechin. So it was a no-brainer for us to jump into the car and head on up to the distillery to check it out. Right, lads, we've made it.
We have indeed.
It's round 2. We left the Diggers last night.
It's another fresh morning.
It's a fresh morning, a fresh start. We're at Glencadam Distillery, Angus.
Yeah, we're feeling all right as well, which is a miracle.
Yeah, Scott, how are you feeling this morning?
I'm ready to get inside and see this place. Glencadam's one of my favourites.
Well, yeah, I mean, Angus, the last dram that we had last night before we left Diggers was a Glencadam.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, yeah, it was. We had 2 Glencadams last night. We had a Glencadam from Blind Summit. We had a Glencadam from Garden Heads. So yeah, really excited. I mean, we love Glencadam. We've had Cody on the podcasts.
Well, we have to shout out Cody, big thanks. Yeah. Right, let's go and have a look at what we've got here. Here we are. Like, there's those pagoda roofs. Right, let's go in here. Our new visitor centre, a new shop, I'd imagine, as well. We're locked out. Yep, they've locked us out. That's it.
Right, well, I guess we go back.
Hey guys. There we go. Welcome to Glencadam. Hello, good to see you.
The door is always open.
Once we made it through the door, we were given a warm welcome by the distillery brand home manager, Michael van der Veen. And Michael couldn't have looked after us any better. He made us feel very comfortable, gave us a quick look around, and then it was time to get our high-vis jackets on and start the tour. The thing about Glencadam Distillery is it is 200 years old, barring a couple of fires and a few closings here and there. It is a functioning distillery. So when you take the visitor centre first, you get this new audio-visual experience, and then you walk outside and you're walking into a working distillery.
Decided to close it up. We had to make quite a few changes to kind of make it tourable because you couldn't actually go up to the mill room through this.
Right, here we are. We're in the mill room at Glencadam Distillery, and behind us is a Porteous mill.
1922 this one was created, and it is now 100 years old and still runs like it was on the first day it was installed.
But this wasn't installed in 1922 here,
no,
was it?
This was installed here in the 1950s when we went through the big upgrade in here.
Yeah.
So it involved having to try and fit a lot of that new equipment into this building.
Well done.
This is a rake and plough.
Right.
It's about 5 years old, stainless steel construction, and as I said, it takes 5 tonnes. We don't waste anything. The draft that's collected at the end of that, still very high in protein, so we open the chute and the rake and plough will then get that out and it collects in the farmer's trailer at the back there, and he takes it off and feeds his cattle. Nice and strong beef here in Angus.
Well, we saw a bill on the way here, and I think he was
Well
on
fed,
he was on the Glencadam draft.
This is the washbacks. Now, I notice here you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 Oregon pine.
Yep,
but there are 2.
Oregon pine.
Yes, absolutely, Oregon pine. It's Scots pine for the tops.
And got 2 steel washbacks
And 2 steel.
as well, stainless steel. So
Yep.
any reason behind that, or is it just
So we're going back to our heritage. So this is these are the new ones that we've been replacing. So part of the summer shutdown, these 2 stainless steel ones will get replaced out as well.
So the idea is that over time you're replacing all washbacks from stainless steel to Oregon pine?
That's correct, yep.
Fantastic, brilliant. And how long, what's your fermentation time?
So we're very short here at Glencadam. We're only at 48 hours.
48 hours.
Right,
Yeah.
that's interesting. 'Cause
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes at these smaller distilleries, the fermentation time's longer, but you clearly have that required. Well, you have the ability to just shorter fermentation, get it through the cells.
That's right. So some of those are looking for more complex flavours, darker, richer. They're trying to achieve those other notes. Here at Glencadam, we're looking for like a light, fruity, clear, sort of bright number. So hence the 48 hours, very light. So there's a few things that we do there. Lots of copper contact we'll see when we get through the distillation. Help with the reflux, keeps that light spirit
So these are the stills, and I take it.
Yep.
2 stills we see in front of us. 1 wash still, 1 spirit still.
Yep. We're in the process of replacing the line arms this week.
Right.
So you've got the scaffolding up on the top there.
So how many litres a year of production do we have here at Glencadam?
We've started to build our flavour profile as we're going on this journey. So we had the short fermentation, we had the wooden washbacks, and again here we're trying to get that reflux, as much of that copper contact as we can. So we make it as hard as possible for those vapours to escape. One of the unique features of Glencadam is it's an inclining line arm. So again, making it harder. Really hard, so you'll see a lot of distilleries have decline. So as soon as it gets past the elbow, the vapours can drop down. So here they have to struggle again. You get a lot more copper contact, getting rid of those heavy molecules, making for that light, fruity spirit at the end. So it's a shell and tube condenser at the back there, and the water we use comes from the dam, and that's what cools it down. So when that water goes back and out, you'll see it spraying out like a fountain at the back. You get the steam and the smell, and it's quite a local attraction. People are walking along the park at the back there.
The building behind us is the old malting. Traditionally, this would have a malting in it, and it would have had a pagoda on it, but it all burned down. When we then designed the Vistor Center, we put the pagodas on there, not because they do anything, but because they look funny.
Yeah, they look funny. Here we go.
So the buildings on the far right are 1825 warehouses, and these 2 are newer. But yeah, around the distillery, definitely.
Wow. Incredible.
So this used to be a whiskey warehouse.
So this was a warehouse. This is.
But
now...
then Angus Dundee wanted to be able to create their own recipes of whiskey for their customers. So we get spirit brought in here by tanker from grain distilleries, from other distilleries.
This is an absolutely incredible. So this was created presumably when Angus Dundee took over the
yes.
site.
Yeah. And of course the trough to this disgorge casks.
This is absolutely incredible. I've never
so
seen.
We had it's. I quite like it because 90% of whiskey sold worldwide is still blended whiskey. Yeah. So it's a big backbone of the industry, and a lot of distilleries don't talk about it, but it's actually really neat.
You've got warehouses on site here. You've got warehouses up in Tomintoul as well.
Tomintoul, and a bottling plant in Code Brechin near Glasgow.
Yeah.
So on this site alone, we've got about 22,000 casks sleeping. And to me, this is a side of whiskey people don't often see.
No, exactly.
But it's the backbone of the industry.
Cask maturation then, do Glencadam have a specific maturation process that they go through?
So everything goes in bourbon to start with, and then for our sherry casks, for our finishes, we then go over into other casks. But we like a long finish, so everything goes in for a minimum of 2 years in a finished cask. So it spends its first life in bourbon, and then in
and that's finishes. American oak as well.
Yeah, American oak, also European oak for the sherry butts, and Wow. So that's what you see later in the tasting. Some of the liquid has that really nice deep color that you typically get from from European oak. And
like all good tours, they end in the. Hello, lads.
Hello.
Shall we have a dram?
And cheers, lads.
Cheers.
Here's the first dram of the day. Always good that the last dram of thank you. The last dram of the day yesterday was a Glencadam.
First dram.
And the first dram of the day.
Mean to go on.
Cheers, Aaron.